The story of humanity is a tale of ingenuity, survival, and progress. Among the most defining chapters in this story is the emergence of the first cities. These ancient hubs of innovation and culture were the foundation of what we now call civilization. But how did early humans make the monumental leap from nomadic lifestyles to building sprawling cities that eventually became the cornerstone of empires? The need for stability, a turning point in human history. About 12,000 years ago, our ancestors were primarily hunter-gatherers. They roamed the land in search of food, water, and shelter. Then came the Neolithic Revolution, a seismic shift that introduced agriculture. People discovered they could cultivate crops and domesticate animals, reducing their reliance on the unpredictable bounty of nature. This newfound control over food production allowed humans to settle in one place for extended periods. Settlements like Çatalhöyük in modern-day Turkey, dating back to around 7,500 BCE, showcase the beginnings of this transformation. These early communities weren't cities yet, but they laid the groundwork for something far greater, the birth of cities. Where it all began, the first cities emerged in fertile river valleys, where the soil was rich and water was abundant. Among the earliest was Uruk, located in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, around 4000 BC. Uruk wasn't just a cluster of homes. It was a bustling urban center with organized streets, temples, and even administrative systems. Here's what set cities like Uruk apart. 1. Surplus agriculture. Farmers in Uruk produced more food than they needed, leading to a surplus. This surplus freed others to pursue different roles, such as craftsmen, merchants, and priests. 2. Specialization. The division of labor meant that societies could develop advanced skills. Potters, metalworkers, and weavers emerged, creating goods that could be traded. 3. Trade networks. Cities became trading hubs. Goods like lapis lazuli from Afghanistan and cedarwood from Lebanon flowed into Mesopotamia, connecting distant regions. 4. Centralized governance. To manage resources and trade, cities required leadership. Early forms of governance, often religious in nature, began to appear, with priests and kings overseeing complex societies. Building empires. Lessons from the past. With cities came power, but with power came the need for structure and defense. Empires like the Akkadian Empire, founded by Sargon of Akkad around 2334 BCE, were built on the foundation of these early cities. The Akkadians united multiple city-states under one ruler, creating the first known empire in human history. How did they succeed? The secret lies in their ability to organize and innovate. For example, the Code of Hammurabi, introduced later in Babylon, was one of the earliest legal systems. These laws ensured order and fairness, helping to unify diverse populations under a shared set of rules. Real-life inspiration. Lessons from Çatalhöyük to modern times. Let's take a closer look at Çatalhöyük, often considered one of the earliest examples of a proto-city. What's fascinating is the equality observed in this settlement. Archaeological evidence suggests that homes were similar in size, indicating a lack of social hierarchy. Compare this to Uruk, where class divisions became apparent as societies grew more complex. This evolution teaches us that the foundations of cities rest on cooperation and shared purpose. Early humans didn't have the luxury of modern technology, yet they built structures, managed resources, and formed communities that lasted centuries. Even today, modern cities echo the lessons of the past. Urban centers thrive on diversity, specialization, and governance. From the bustling streets of Tokyo to the historic alleys of Rome, every city is a testament to humanity's ability to innovate and adapt. The spirit of unity, a legacy of the first cities. The creation of cities was more than a physical act of building walls and roads. It was a symbolic leap in human evolution. It marked the point where people began to think collectively, prioritizing shared goals over individual survival. Imagine the determination it took for those early settlers to stay in one place, grow their own food, and defend their homes against threats. Picture the ingenuity of the first builders who constructed temples to honor their gods or granaries to store surplus food. The spirit that drove these achievements lives on in the skyscrapers we build, the technology we develop, and the societies we strive to improve. Conclusion: the first cities were not just settlements. They were incubators of culture, innovation, and resilience. From the humble beginnings of Çatalhöyük to the grandeur of Uruk and beyond, these ancient hubs remind us of our collective potential. The secrets of the first cities lie not only in the bricks and stones, but in the human spirit that dared to dream bigger. It's a legacy that inspires us to build our own modern empires, not just with structures, but with ideas, connections, and a shared vision for the future. As we walk the streets of our cities today, we carry with us the echoes of those early pioneers who laid the foundation for civilization itself. Their journey teaches us that no challenge is insurmountable when humanity comes together to build something extraordinary.